two other cases in this section, G branch it was called, international terrorism. First of all, there was the bombing of the Israeli embassy in London in 1994. And this was a car bomb that was driven up and parked outside the Israeli embassy in Kensington Palace Gardens, and it exploded. And nobody knew where it had come from, who could be involved, because MI5's assessment had always been that while many people might want to take action against the Israelis in London, no terrorist group had the capability to do it. So they had always said that the threat to Israeli interests was moderate. So this explosion happened, and the Metropolitan Police, Secret Police, the special branch, rounded up a whole range of Palestinian students based in London, and eventually charged and then put on trial and convicted 2 Palestinian students of conspiring to cause this attack. They could not charge them for doing the attack because they had cast iron alibis on the day. However, MI5, which had gathered not only all the police evidence, but also all the intelligence, the secret information around this case, in its official assessment by the lead intelligence officer, his view was that Mossad, the Israeli intelligence agency, had carried out a controlled explosion outside its embassy in London. Now, if you read that on the internet, you think, crazy, crazy conspiracy theory. This was the assessment of the lead investigating officer in MI5, whose code number was G91. And his view was this has been done for 2 reasons. First of all, because the Israelis for years had been hassling for increased security protection around their interests in London. And MI5 had said the threat is moderate. They wouldn't give them extra protection. By letting off a controlled explosion in which nobody was killed, that, of course, immediately gave them greater protection. But the key assessment was that there was a growing Palestinian support network, political support network in London, of which these 2 Palestinian students were key members. And, of course, by arresting them and charging them and convicting them, the whole network shattered and never quite rebuilt. So that would have achieved 2 objectives by Mossad. These 2 youngsters were convicted, even though MI5 knew they were innocent, and they both got 20 years in prison each. They were only released a few years ago, and the young woman called Sama Alami had a nervous breakdown, understandably, in prison.